Sawadee-Kap. April the 20th. This is a fine world. This is a fine world. Navy flashbacks. You have 20 minutes and 20 minutes only to eat your fine Navy chow food. It wasn't fine. It was mass-produced goop. And a lot of Filipinos joined the U.S. Navy. There's a big base. Was a big base. I don't know if it's still there. Subic Bay, Philippines. And so a lot of Filipino men joined the Navy. And a lot of them go into the, I think it was the supply department, where the cooks come from. And so we ate a lot of rice. Chicken and rice was a staple on the mess decks. There I am crooked again. Holy shit. There, how's that? Much better. My OCD people out there were like, dude, you're crooked. Get straight. Okay, I'm straight. Fine world. Not fine Navy chow, but fine world. For the person who knows precisely what he or she expects from life and is busy getting it. I'm busy getting it, are you? Let's get it. Let's be busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy getting it. We are happiest when we are striving to achieve a goal. This is true. When we achieve our one goal, it's a natural human tendency to set another, usually bigger one. W. Clement Stone calls it inspirational dissatisfaction. The letdown one experiences after a goal has been achieved and before the next step towards a new one has been taken. Yes, yeah, I agree. I'm antsy if I'm not working towards something, and I'll be that way till I die. 100% agree. 1,000% agree. When you begin to experience that nagging feeling, it's time to get into action! Exclamation point. Make sure you have a long-range plan in place so that when one short-term goal has been achieved, there is a natural progression towards the next. Okay, so he's specifically talking about it's unusual to reach. Oh dear. It's unusual to reach your big goal, right? Your big, hairy, audacious goal, like my retirement. That was sort of a long-term goal that I worked on for a while, right? And it was a fuzzy, undefined, non-specific dream of mine in my 20s and 30s. I want to retire rich. Well, what's rich? Retire where? How are you going to do that? I had no fucking idea. And then it became my BHAG around 2015, after I had that really disastrous year selling mortgage protection insurance for 2 years. Not selling, I should say, mortgage protection insurance, not building a team that could sell mortgage protection insurance. I failed in 14, as I've gone over on here before. I think it's important to share your failures as well as your success, so other people understand that you're coming from the same place they did, which is not having reached their goals yet. And hopefully that's why you're watching the YouTube channel, and this stuff will help you achieve your goals like I did mine. So I reached my BHAG, which is retiring. It was Thailand and not Italy, as I mentioned. That was my initial plan, was to travel around the world, around the country, U.S. in an RV, and see parts of the country I hadn't seen. I'd already been to many states, many more than most people. A lot of people, some friends of mine, never left the state they were born in, and that's just incredulous to me, because it's a great big fucking world, and you got to go out and see it. You have to. So I wanted to see parts that I've seen before and stay longer, revisit them. I wanted to see parts I'd never seen. I never had a lobster roll in Maine. That was on my bucket list. I wanted to drive up to Maine in my RV and get a lobster roll. Pretty simple little milestone or small goal, but that all added up to the goal of traveling around the U.S. in an RV. Sell the RV, buy a boat, 66-foot catamaran. I found them used, $350,000. They go for over $1 million new, $1.2 million when they're new. There's several manufacturers in South Africa. That's like a hotbed for them. And you can get them used where people bought them, played with them for a while, and decided boating wasn't for them. They never use it, blah, 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 for $350,000. So, well, yeah, that's a lot of money. It was attainable. It was reachable for a 66-foot catamaran. 66 foot because they're fast and they're blue water boats. Blue water meaning they're good for the ocean. Can a fucking rogue wave come and crush you and flip you upside down? Yeah. I mean, that's anytime you play in the ocean, you can drown. It's a fact. But the 66 foot, with a good radio, when storms are coming most of the time, and you can boogie with a 66 footer. Those are big, fast boats. They can crank, and a lot of times you can outrun a storm if you know not far enough in advance that it's coming. Sail around the world in the catamaran. That was the idea. Bora Bora, Tahiti, the Polynesian islands. I definitely want to check out. I still do, and I will, just from here now, not from a boat. And then when I was done sailing around the world, and that could have been 1 year, it could have been 5 years, it could have been 10 years, I don't know. I left it open-ended because I didn't want to be under time constraints. I just wanted to sail around the world, and with a partner. That both of those, driving around the country and on the boat, I saw a female companion with me. It's as silly as putting an ad in Match.com. I'm getting ready to drive around the country. Who wants to come? And why? I was going to, interview women as to what made them want to go around the country. And when I found the right answer, I'd meet them, date them for a little bit. Everything's good. 6 months, we go. And then the same with the sailing around the world. I would hope the same person who wanted to drive around in the RV would be down for seeing the world, like an adventurous person who likes to meet different people, see different things, eat different types of food, like me. And I don't talk about my breakup with the girl here. I dated a lot, but that was one of the things that bothered me, was when we were in the honeymoon period, getting to know each other, and everything's wonderful about each other. I said, I really like to travel and try different things. Will you try new food and things like that with me? Oh, yes. And as you saw on the videos last year, she ate rice, minced pork, and some vegetables, usually morning glory. There's a Thai dish called kapow, like the old Batman things where they go kapow when he throws a fist. Very popular Thai dish, standard Thai dish, and it's made with a thing called morning glory, which is this long, green, kind of stringy vegetables. Thais love it. It's a staple. And rice, minced pork, and morning glory, I would say she had, 45, 50 days out of 60, something like that. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? Very seldom ate noodles, pad thai, noodle soup. She'd had it every now and then. She had noodles about as much as I did. She was a rice girl. They're either rice or they're noodles. She's a rice girl. And, breakfast, minced pork, spicy, hot, blazingly hot, spicy pork and vegetables and rice every frigging day. And that's fine. That's her. That's what she likes. She's eating what she enjoys. Cool. But don't tell me, oh, I'm adventurous and I'm a foodie and I like to eat different things and I'll try all the Western foods, because she didn't like Western food. And once again, that's fine. Just not for me, right? That's not who I'm looking for. And that's not why we broke up over food. But that was just one example of how she represented herself wasn't, the truth. And I found out over the course of the year, obviously, and you're always going to find out. That's why I always recommend to people, don't lie in a relationship in the beginning, because they're going to find out. As time goes on, they're going to find out that you're not really like what you're saying you are. So just don't lie. It's much better for everybody involved. She wasted a year of her life. I wasted a year of my life because we were not meant to be together. But she so desperately wanted to be with a foreigner, one with deep pockets, which, once again, I'm not putting her down for that. That's sort of the culture here. The Thai people are very interested in financial security, and that's what she, believed she was signing up for. So, but miscommunications like that definitely don't get better over time. They get worse. And that causes the chasm that eventually winds up splitting people up is miscommunications and outright lies, or misrepresentation, where you say, oh, I'm like this, and you're not really like that. Just be yourself, is my best advice to everybody, men and women. Just be yourself. If the person likes you, awesome. If they don't like you, okay, that's not your person. Go on and find another one. It's pretty simple, really. So that's it for today. What's going on today? I got a pasta pot the other day. I went shopping. That was pretty cool. So I got a big ass pasta pot. Of course, one didn't come. And I had to go through several stores here in Thailand to find a big ass pot, because the Thais don't do pasta. And I guess they cook their noodles in smaller things. But had I known this was going to be, like tough to find, we had a couple of big pots at the shop, TTK, and a colander. And I eventually tracked them down in a Big C super center, which, just like Walmart, they have Big C mini, little small ones, just a supermarket. They got Big C Express, Big C Extra, and Big C Super Center. So I had to go to the Super Center to get the pot, the big pot. To them, big pot was like 22 centimeters. It's like a medium pot back in America. Sauce pot, like a large sauce pot. Not like a Dutch oven, not that wide, not that tall. But to get a chili pot, a spaghetti sauce pot, a pasta pot, it took some searching, but I found it. And the colander, I got both of them in Big C. Now, it was like, the colander was like 30 baht, 60 baht, whatever, $1, $2, cheap as hell. But the pot was like 1,200 baht. It's like $40 for just a basic pan, So once again, some things are more expensive here. Some things are way cheaper. A lot of things are way cheaper. It is what it is. But I'm happy because now I can make pasta like, lasagna, stuffed shells, mac and cheese. I purposely bought for 400,000 baht. I purposely brought with me the big toaster oven that we had. We had two at TTK. This one was up on the shelves. Hardly ever used it. We had a much smaller one just for toasting bread and things like that, making small pizzas, baguettes, things like that. I got the Big Daddy off the top shelf and brought that because that fits a baking dish, a lasagna, what I call a lasagna pan, the glass, whatever it is, 9.5 by 11, or I don't even know the measurements, but you know what I'm talking about, the casserole dish, right? The clear glass, thick casserole dish. So I had one of those for making lasagna and stuffed shells and stuff like that in TTK, and so I purposely brought that oven just because it fits that. It sits on top of my refrigerator because I have no room in my kitchen. So that's it for today. Today is Burger Madness, that's right. Jeffrey is very excited. He's a junk food junkie. When I was done at the DMV the other day, I was like, well, I'm down in your neighborhood, down in your neck of the woods. You want to have lunch? Where you at? At Burger King. Really? Yeah, you're in fucking Thailand. Burger King. Burger King. Yeah. These are coupons. I'm going to give them to Jeffrey because he goes there and I don't. I did yesterday. I had a double cheeseburger. It's Burger King. It's like, like I like really good food, and Burger King is not really good food. So I doubt I'll be back, but he likes that shit. He loves Taco Bell, and he likes Burger King and McDonald's. I'm not into those. I'd rather have the Gecko Garden Burger Madness. They make a good beef burger, good size, 129 baht, and they come with tater tots, which I'm a big fan of. So yeah, I'm gonna have lunch today with him, and my DL. When I was down at the transportation office, I understood that it was going to take most of a day to get the truck in my name. And it did. I got to go again, not today, but probably tomorrow, and start the process. And I don't know how long that's going to take and all the different steps involved to get my Thai driver's license, because I want to get that. I came over here with an international driving permit issued by AAA. You pay AAA $20. You show them a valid Florida driver's license, and you've got an international driving permit. And that was good for a year. Well, that ended in March. So once again, to be legal, I'm driving around in the truck And I have all the paperwork for the truck now. I got the blue book and all that. Got the little sticker up on the windshield, so it's all legal. Waiting on the plate another 3 weeks, but meanwhile I can't sell it. Yeah, for me personally to be driving, I need to get that tie license. So I'll be working on that this week. That would be my goal for this week.